and welcome back to IAmMe. Today's video I've created to help teachers save time and cut their workload in half. I know you're thinking, that's unlikely, but I promise you, you will take away at least one or two different ways from this video that will reduce your workload. This video isn't just organisation tips, unlike a lot of videos that suggest that teachers can save time. These are resources and platforms that you can use and implement that will drastically cut the workload and give you a better work-life balance. I'll be looking at helping you produce resources and create resources, helping you reduce your time planning, helping you write children's reports, reviews, profiles, and also reduce your time marking. There are 5 different ways, but I will also give you some hints and tips at the end for other things that I would also use and try to implement. If any of these tips or tools are useful to you, please comment which ones you might implement into your teaching below and like the channel, but also make sure, and this is the biggest, most important one, to subscribe to the channel. Okay, now as long as you've subscribed and liked, we'll get on with the video. The first one is using ChatGPT through openai.com. So here's ChatGPT through OpenAI. It also has DAL.E and API. APIs for businesses. DAL.E can be useful, but it can cost. That's about creating AI-generated images. We're going to focus on ChatGPT. If you want to know how to get to this, or how to use this for writing reports, there is a video above my head through the link right now. That video will show you how to sign up, how to find the website, and also how to write your reports. But we're going to be using this to help us with our planning. So ChatGPT. Here is ChatGPT's interface. It literally has endless ways in which it can help you as a teacher. It can help you create an entire lesson plan. It can help you write children's learning objectives. It can help you rewrite resources, or it can also help you write a letter to parents. It has lots of different ways to utilise it. The one thing I would say is whatever it does create and generate, make sure you read through it. Because sometimes it might say something that you don't want, or something that might be slightly bit inaccurate or not to your school's policies. How you use it, I would like to say, act as a Year 6 primary school teacher. Create lesson ideas on how to order fractions. And it will give me lesson ideas. This actually, because the prompt's not being so specific, has given different lessons. If I like one of those lessons, so let's compare fractions, there's the objectives. Let's say I want order fractions. Begin by reviewing the concept of fractions, comparing the fractions with the same numerator and denominator. I can literally put, give me more information on lesson 3, number 1. And it will then give me more information on begin by reviewing the concept of fractions. So, and then it will tell me. I can then ask it to create me a lesson plan. And it can do that as well. Create me a lesson plan for that lesson. And it can do that. Gives me the objectives I need, the procedure in which I will follow the lesson through, and things to discuss in that lesson. It can be great to help you with lesson plans. I know that you'll probably have a school performer that is specific to your school, but you can take certain parts, copy and paste. You can also say, act as a primary teacher. I don't need to repeat that because it's already acting in this thread. So this thread that I've created now, it knows to act as a primary teacher. Anything I say, it will act as a primary teacher. But say if you need something specific and put, what types of questions would I ask to develop learning further? And it will create different questions for you to ask. Conceptual understanding. How would you explain the meaning of the numerator of a fraction? Can you give an example of 2 fractions with different denominators and numerators where the fraction with a smaller numerator is actually greater? To provide a reasoning question. So there's lots of different questions it can also generate, which would be great for lots of performers that happen in school. I can start a new one. Act as a reception teacher. Give me 3 learning objectives for a child who is not at expected level. and not a nursery teacher or a reception teacher. I don't know what the expected level is. I don't know if this would be great, but it can create learning objectives that helps you write individual plans. If I want to regenerate it, you just click regenerate and it creates different ones, such as enhancing fine motor skills, developing early math skills, and it can give you ideas within those learning outcomes as well. I can put, can you give me more learning objectives relating to number 3? And it will. Addition and subtraction concepts, understanding number relationships and comparisons, recognising and extending patterns, different learning objectives I can use for a child's profile or an educational plan. Hopefully, you can now see that ChatGPT offers endless ways to cut down on your teaching hours. It can help with lesson plans, help you write in individual educational plans, it can help you think of questions that you can ask in lesson. It has endless possibilities for you to use it. Time saving hack number 2. Schools have marking policies that are very rigorous and expect you to do certain things. A lot of them are time consuming. One of the most time consuming things when marking is leaving a next step. It's quite quick and simple to say, oh, well done, excellent job, or you've tried very hard, with a tick, a smile, and their name. But when you're having to rewrite different next steps all the time, it comes to quite tedious, but also takes a lot of your time. So here's a hack for you to save that time with your next steps. These labels can be printed on. Often when you're leaving next steps, they're quite similar. So it's normally, if you're in literacy, can you focus on using specific words or specific adjectives or nouns or phrases or specific content. In maths, the questions are often to recap and show their understanding. These labels are perfect for you to write a comment to say well done and then also leave their next step next to the comment. This way, your management are happy to see that you've left a personal touch through something wrote, but also are happy to see a next step because they've got a sticker attached that has a next step for them to try. I usually do some ladders with this stuck in next to a comment saying, well done, good work, or you have tried hard today. What you do, take these. Here, you have a link called Avery. You can download the word template and it'll give you something like this. With this, you then can use your ChatGPT to create questions, and then you can simply copy one of the questions and put it in. I'll take away the one and have that. If you want more specific type next steps, you can type them in yourself, copy and paste. It saves a lot of time. As I said, all I would do is leave a tick, a comment, a little short message to say well done or they've tried hard. And then this next step saves so much time because these are the things that often take the longest whilst writing and marking. If you want these labels, I'll put the link in the description below. They are £8.98 for 21 labels per sheet and you get 100 sheets. So if you've got a class of 30, you could probably get away with 70 to 80 lessons for less than £9. And I promise you now, they save so much time. When you print them, you need to make sure on your printer copier that you change it to card, because sometimes when it's printed as paper, they get stuck. So to avoid them being stuck and losing sheets, make sure that you print on card or a thicker material in the printer settings. The third hack is utilising free resources that are already out there. I know teachers already use them, and actually it's not like, oh, he's not teaching me something new. But here, if we use the comments and share our ideas, everybody will be given different resources that they might not be aware of. I'm also going to show you a few of my favourites. Let's start. We have Enrich, fantastic for maths, problem solving, fluency questions, entirely free. Also in maths, you've got the STEM learning. That is also for science, I'll show you that in a second. And finally, NCETM. These three websites are great to help you get resources planning for maths. For literacy, we've got the National Literacy Trust. We've got CLPS, we've got the Poetry Society, and finally, we've got the Film Space. Finally, STEM, science. We've also got the Primary Science Teachers Trust, and we've also got the Royal Society for Biology. If you want something a little bit different, the Premier League Primary Stars offers opportunities to include activities whilst being active. It's not just PE. Some lessons are PE based, but others are activities that can be engaging for the children. My favourite, and what I think everybody should be on, is Facebook groups. Here is a Year 5-6 group, but if you go on to groups, you've got Year 3-4, you've got Year 3. If you're a secondary teacher, they will have lots of secondary groups. It is important that we utilise each other's free resources. For example, if I go on Year 5-6, there's lots of different files that other teachers have been so pleasant and so kind to have shared. Fantastic resources as well. So, just to recap, make sure that you put your comments below of the free resources that you enjoy so other teachers can share them as well. I haven't mentioned half of the fantastic websites that you can use, such as MathsBot and MathsCorbett. I will put them in the description below, so make sure once you've liked and subscribed to check the description below, because you'll have lots of different resources that will help you and make your life a lot easier. The fourth time-saving teacher hack is for presentations and PowerPoints. Here, I will show you how to use AI to generate presentations and PowerPoints entirely free and quickly. There's an entire video based on this, and that will appear above my head right now. You can click that and find the information that you need to be successful at creating PowerPoints. But I will show you a quick explanation now. Here is Tone. All you need to do is click Create. Then you need to give a prompt to what you want to create. Create a presentation about the Victorian times. Now I want to do the Victorian workhouses aimed at Year 6 children, 10-year-olds. Create it fun and engaging. Press enter and it will create an outline. You can edit the outline or you can go with it. So, from rags to riches, the rise and fall of the Victorian workhouses. And then, if I press continue, it will generate text and images as I'm speaking, as you can see. They are completely editable and customizable, which makes it perfect for teachers. My fifth, and possibly my favourite hack for saving teachers' time, is a hack to save teachers' time, again, whilst marking. But this isn't marking for everyday use. Its best use will be for marking when you've got a large assessment, a big write, or something that requires a lot of marking and feedback to children. And it's called Vocaloid. So this is Vocaloid. Basically, there's a microphone and you speak into it. You're assessing a child's work. Make sure you allow a microphone and say, that was fantastic work today. You've shown use of expanded noun phrases. You've shown a range of sentence structures and a range of sentence openers. Then press stop. It creates a voice memo of what you have said. Save and share. And then what you need to do is create a QR code. This QR code can go on a sticker that can go straight into the books, or you can print them off. What I would do is I would open Microsoft PowerPoint, take a screenshot of my QR code, and then paste it into PowerPoint, and then upload it into PowerPoint. I would also add the child's name, so I know which child that voice memo belongs to. However you want to put that into the child's book is up to you. I know some of you are thinking, well, how can they get the feedback? They don't have their own iPad. And there's lots of ways around that. You could do it at the start of an ICT lesson. You could do it with your iPad and allow them to share it around during the main task of the lesson. Or if your school has a set of iPads, you can give them the iPads at the start of the lesson so they can listen. There's lots of different ways around. But it would save you so much time than handwriting a long piece of assessment feedback or long hot write feedback. I hope those 5 hints are really useful and you can save lots of time. For the people who stayed for the entire video, I'm going to share a couple more quick hints that have saved me lots of time as a teacher. The first one is uploading my PowerPoints onto a server. That could be OneDrive, Google Drive, Microsoft Office. It doesn't matter as long as you can create a link. You can then hyperlink that into a document that has a progression of skills document for that unit of work. That way, when you need it in the future, you can find them very quickly without having to search loads of folders, or in case somebody's deleted it on your server in school. It is just click, click, click. You can download the entire PowerPoint unit that you're looking at. Secondly, when laminating, I always see people using one at a time, often overheating the piece that they're laminating. Laminators are created to do 3, 5 and some even 7 at a time, and actually they laminate better. So instead of doing one at a time, try more, see how many is just right for your laminator in school. And finally, when backing boards, don't use a staple remover. They don't work, they're not very good. Get some pliers and thank me later. Before I go, I'd like to say thank you for everybody who's watched the video. Please like and subscribe, comment any ideas that you have, and I will give you some more time-saving hints and videos in the future. Make sure you subscribe and keep an eye out. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.